Okay, so what is it? Post-traumatic growth.
Well, post-traumatic growth is like when a bone breaks, it's the overgrowth that grows with when the bone knits back together, the overgrowth. So it's the very unique things that we have that are strengths that no one else has, because only we have been coping with our particular situation. And when it comes to post-traumatic slave syndrome, the evidence of PTG is tremendously glaring. It is just incredible. So when I do a conference, a seminar on shame and post-traumatic stress disorder, when I need an example for post-traumatic growth, that's what I use. People who have post-traumatic slave syndrome and the amazing strengths that come out of it. Probably one of the most obvious ones is the kind of leadership that our country has gotten from people who descended from slavery. Where would we get these amazing leaders from? I'm thinking of Elijah Cummings, who died recently, but his gravitas, his sense of justice, his big picture. Where do we get these leaders from without being forged in a crucible that really was quite incredible? And then, of course, we have people who show so much courage, the ability to speak truth to power. So these are the leadership things that we've been bequeathed as a country, that are just, where would we be without it as a country? And then we have all the areas of breaking all the barriers and raising the bar in all areas of achievement, so that, we win Olympic prizes, because the competitive nature of our country is so much higher. And look at the arts, writing, acting, painting, sculpting, dancing, music, and not just the ability to master the given forms like ballet. I mean, yeah, that too, but creating new form, new music. How about syncopation, in jazz and the blues, and, all the music that's come out that has just blessed the world. I believe that that's all post-traumatic growth, that creativity and that excellence, and we have to wonder where we'd be as a country without that kind of, image that, where would America's coolness factor come from? What would our symbol be if it weren't for that? Would our symbol be the briefcase? I mean, what would our symbol be? It's just an amazing thing. The whole world, they're all wannabes. They're all hip hop wannabes, based on this amazing legacy that we've been given. It's ironic that, slavery helped to build the economy of the colonies. And now, once again, here is another example of the benefits that are reaped by the whole country.
So how does being humble help us with recovery?
Well, being humble is a posture that helps us to stay in recovery. It allows us to break some of the taboo and lift some of the denial and be more curious about if any of these notions have actually affected us in any way. And if they have, to accept that we're human and to strive to do better. Being humble and in recovery allows us to create a more truthful dialogue, so that when we say something that we mean from our heart, we don't say it. So we don't say, even my best friends, we don't say those things, because we know that that's not going to be, we understand the field, the larger field, and we can speak more clearly and more eloquently about what we mean by those things that are coming from the heart. I think that the humility that we can adopt and accept ourselves as human helps to break down some of the white obliviousness and the arrogance that is part of that visibility factor, that transparency that we're so mortified about. But it helps to break some of that down and to realize that we're all in recovery at different levels and different stages. And what we're in recovery from is the black-white dichotomy.